Alright, hello everyone, RobsidianX here, and welcome to tonight's stream as we continue on our Sonic journey as we slowly inch closer towards the 35th anniversary. And we are picking things up right where we left off as we get ready to jump into Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2. So, it's going to be a pretty easy night for the most part. We'll see. Something could go wrong, I don't know, but hopefully that's not going to be the case. But other than that, we will see. And yeah, actually starting a well, okay, then again, I say this and I really don't even exactly have a concrete whole time set up for how I want to do these things. So but I had chances to get more streams done during the week, but I just got too lazy and all that stuff because I was mainly off because I didn't have any work since I was out to get my esophagus checked out again, and luckily, all things looked pretty good. I don't think they had to put any more bandings in there, so hey, you know what? That's a plus. That's a plus. It means those wounds are a healing. So, and the best part was, I didn't have to go with anything soft to eat like how I did last time. So that was good. I was actually able to eat something solid like maybe 5 hours after the operation, which opposed to last time I tried eating something around that same time frame. Yeah, felt like I was gonna choke to death. I could not handle solid food at all. So and it's funny because I even went as far as to get me a whole bunch of soft stuff like applesauce, gelatin, and chicken noodle soup. Didn't end up needing them, so I mean, still it's something I can go ahead and munch on from time to time, so you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. But yeah, again, this is going to be a pretty smooth evening, all things considered. Again, hoping things go well. Remains to be seen, but I don't think we'll have any issues. I think we'll be fine. And again, it's mainly just me trying to decide at what times I want to stream and all that stuff, because again, I know I've said it before and I'll say it again, I usually work second shift. I'm actually just close to getting about home at this time right now, so it's all just trying to get everything figured out. And again, I don't want to wake the neighbors, but like, I feel like I can get more done during the night as opposed to only having like maybe 2 or 3 hours when I wake up, you know? I don't know. So maybe I should just be like, screw it. I'll just go ahead and stream at night until they say something. I'm guessing that's really all I can do at this point, so... again, if I had my own place, preferably a house, wouldn't be an issue, but, again, this is what I'm dealt with, and it's already bad enough I'm having to deal with, hospital bills up the wazoo, so... Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Adulting is fun, isn't it? Especially when your ass ends up in the ER at the beginning of the damn year. Ugh. But, it's alright. I will slowly take care of that stuff in time. Just a small bit as I go. Again, adulting sucks, and I absolutely hate it. I would prefer to be back in high school, honestly. Correction, middle school would be better, because at least the math was more tolerable in those days. Because, yeah, I don't do so good with math. In fact, that was the one thing that almost prevented me from graduating, so... Yeah, talk about dodging a bullet there. But again, things are going to look to be a pretty easy evening, so... We'll just see how things go from there, but... really not a whole lot I honestly want to talk about, so I guess we'll just go ahead and get ready to dive into things and go ahead and quickly get this night taken care of, so... Alright. Okay, so before I go ahead and make a, well, go over the story real quick, I do need to go ahead and address something from something I had said prior, back when I had streamed Knuckles Chaotix. So, I know my common consensus was that Chaotix always took place once the events of Sonic 4 as a whole were complete. Then when they end up releasing the official timeline and Sonic 4 takes place before Adventure, yeah, that kind of complicated things, and I was thinking, exactly how the hell is that even possible? But doing a little bit of research, I actually found out exactly how it is. So, but we'll get into that momentarily once we reach the halfway point of the game. Then I can go into more detail there. But anyway, as for the story of Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, so Sonic once again teams up with Tails to stop Dr. Eggman's latest plans. Well, I don't even know why I go ahead and do it like that. Both same name, but all things considered. But anyway, regardless, the story is Sonic teams up with Tails once again to put a stop to Dr. Eggman's newest plan, and throughout all the adventures we've had, it's time for Little Planet to make its yearly return, and with it right in the middle of Eggman's sights, he wants it for whatever he's planning, and on top of that, that means we're going to be facing down an old foe that is making his long-awaited return. So, pretty simple stuff, Unfortunately, things don't exactly end on a good note, which I'll go ahead and touch on later, so, but that'll be once we're done with the game itself. We need to speed on through it first. But anyway, I've got all my stuff here. The Badnik list, we're all set there, so let's not waste any more time, shall we? We've got a journey to go on, so let's get to it. Again, I'm not really anticipating anything being too crazy tonight, but then again, I've been wrong before. I've been greatly wrong before, so we'll see. We'll see. Alright, and already, just from the start of the title screen, definitely got some higher quality animation here over episode 1, so things are already looking a little bit better. And nope, I will not use my cloud save because there is no way to do a new game, even if I was to load my save up. Alright, now that we're all set and ready to go, let's start the adventure. And we're kicking things off in Sylvania Castle Zone. And it's always good to see the classic red tornado as well. It's always a treat to seeing it. But anyway, as we go ahead and start things off, we do have the usual Sonic 101. We can do the rolling spin, the spin jump. We do have access to the homing attack. And luckily, whenever Sonic comes off a ramp, he does not uncurl anymore, so that right there is a bonus. And of course, we do have the usual power-ups, the 10 ring monitors, item boxes, usually with more rings, shields, invincibility, speed shoes, all that good stuff. And as for the Badniks here, we have Bubbles, Chop Chop, Full Bore, Mantis, and Zoomer. So yeah, we got a nice variety of returning Badniks and some new ones. And of course, we also have Tails palling around with us. But first things first. Now we can actually use Tails' flight abilities to help us out. So it's incredibly useful when you need to get to a higher platform. And that right there is a red star ring. So those actually began debuting in Sonic Colors of all games. So you don't get anything for collect them all, mainly just bragging rights, but we're still going to go out of our way to get them. And of course, just like episode 1, all of the zones are spread up into 3 acts with a boss act. But we're still a good ways away from that. Come on. Ah, well, damn. Yeah, I know I could have just flown, but screw it. There we go. And, just like episode 1, get to the end of an act with 50 rings on hand, jump to the giant gold ring, and into the special stage we go. So, it's time to begin the Chaos Emerald collecting once again. And welcome back to the Half-Pipe Highway Special Stage. So, basically works similar to how things did back in Sonic 2. Main caveat is, though, if Tails gets hit, he will not lose any rings, so he is not a liability. So hey, you know what? That right there is a plus. So we just gotta go ahead and collect rings as we progress on through the highway and making sure we have enough whenever we get to the checkpoints. And of course, you can also go ahead and dash through the stage itself, but I would not advise it because you need to be precise in some areas. The funny thing, the first couple of special stages aren't all that hard. Alright, come on. There we go. Alright, we're down to the last lap. Well, okay, that sucks. That's alright, we got what we need. We got what we need. But now we'll also have certain areas on the laps to where you'll have to get a set number of rings in a small time frame. So doing that, we'll go ahead and give you some bonus rings right there. And on top of that, there's also certain sections to where you'll have a tether that Sonic and Tails share, and you need to give yourself enough distance between both characters in order to get a wide variety of rings. Usually, in this case, it'll be some of those sections where you gotta get them in a small time frame. You can't get them all with Sonic. You have to time everything just right and get everything in one go using that tether. So, at least it spices things up from the original Half-Pipe Highway. And of course, the copter combo using Tails' mid-air flight. Now on to Act 2. There we go. So now that we're dealing with water, you know what that means. Get an air bubble. But the good thing is, now that we're underwater, we can use Tails to swim on through. So yeah, we're definitely getting some extra use out of his flight this game, that's for sure. There we go. Oh, no, hold it. There we go. Okay, well, that sucks. That was on me. That was on me. That's what I get for being cautious. So So yeah, right off the bat, you're probably seeing Sylvania Castle Zone looks a little bit familiar, so it's a bit of a callback to both Aquatic Ruin Zone and Marble Garden Zone. Oh, come on, I wanted to get on the damn... Thank you. And I will gladly take that. There we go. Alright. Nope, I'll take that. Alright, wait for the water to rise up. Let's fly up here. Okay, yeah, so Tails has got a limited amount of flight to deal with. So you can press the jump button about 6 times before he gets tired out, so keep that in mind. But at least he doesn't get tired from carrying you underwater, so that's a plus. Alright, there we go. So far, so good. Now let's go ahead and get us another Chaos Emerald, shall we? Ooh, it's purple. Alright. Yeah, you also want to watch out for those little chakra orbs there. Those will stun you for a brief period of time. Alright, 200 rings. There we go. Oh, but we do have bombs, though. And we can actually access different parts of the highway if you go ahead and time your running speed onto a spring just right, so... Again, definitely makes things a little bit different. And in some cases, you do want to get access to those extra levels, so... Because the more rings you can get in one lap, the better. Case in point, we're already guaranteed to get the emerald now. I don't know if that was the original exit or if that was the alternate exit. I should probably go ahead and look into that, honestly. But hey, we're doing good. 2 Chaos Emeralds down, 5 to go. We got the submarine combo unlocked. Alright. I really love Act 3. I honestly do. It looks so good here at night. Alright, where are we? Okay. So now we get our final ability. The rolling combo. It has another name that the fandom jokingly calls it, but honestly, I think the Hyperspin Dash is more appropriate. Oh, no you don't. Get back up there. Yeah, you really gotta love Tails' flight ability. It can save your ass in an instant so damn much. Alright. Let's keep on moving. Okay, we could go down that way, but no. We want to come up to here. And get that red star ring for the road. Get rid of that mantis. And I'll gladly take that invincibility. Alright, we're about halfway done through the act. Alright. Yeah, we are not risking it there. Bottomless pit right below us. So yeah, whenever you see those warning signs, be careful. Alright, almost out of here. Ooh, made it. And as you can see, there's something looming up there in the background. So, yeah. Little Planet's back again, but it's looking a little bit different this time. Alright, 100 rings, no problem. Watch out for the bombs. There we go. Yeah, no way in hell I was making it up there. It was just impossible. I mean, I probably could have, but still, it would have meant risking losing the rings that I had on hand, and I don't want that. Ah, well, shoot. I missed the alternate spring, but it's alright, it's alright. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. Okay, last lap. Okay, just need about 38 more rings, and here's one of those tether segments. So yeah, you want to get a good amount of running distance here. And get a bunch of rings that are in a wide area. Alright, another Chaos Emerald down. 4 more to go. Alright, I'll take that. And of course, we get the rolling combo unlocked. Now it's time to take on Eggman. He's back and he's laughing it up. Well, doesn't this look familiar? Really, Eggman? This old song and dance again? Okay, nope, we got faked out. So yeah, say hello to the egg serpent leaf. So let's get to work on dismantling this thing. Alright, come on. There we go. Come on, Eggman. So far, so good. Okay, now he's got some more tendrils out. Alright, there we go. Come on, open up. There we go. Alright. Oh, okay, that was close. And now he's going into his desperation mode. So you really want to be careful. The tendrils hook up to the main head, and he just blasts off a huge laser. Careful. And there we go. Just like that, he's down and out. That's right, Eggman. Get on out of here. And with that, we've destroyed our first prison capsule of the game. So things are starting off pretty well. Now let's go check out the world map. Alright, we get full access to Sylvania Castle Zone. And we gotta get access to our next two zones. And of course, we get these special stages open right up for us to play again if we want to. Alright. Let's move on, shall we? On to our next zone. White Park Zone. And as for our bandits here, we have Bubbles, Chop Chop, Full Bore, Snowy, Spikes, and Steel Lion. Alright. Careful. Gotta watch out for the avalanches. Now we want to fly on up to here. And I'll take that red star ring. Thank you very much. There we go. Nope, we're going up. Thank you very much. Ah, damn, didn't want to go that way. Alright, fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. And here's Snowy. So, yeah, this Badnik takes 3 hits to dismantle. So, yeah, he's going to be a bit tricky. Alright, careful. There should be a shield up here, I believe. And yes, there is. I'll take it. Careful. Alright, that takes care of that. Now to use the rolling combo in the snowdrift. Though be warned, if you come out of the rolling combo while you're in the snowdrift, you will die, so do keep that in mind. Alright, so where we're landing. Okay, that works. Come on, Tails. Careful. Alright, there we go. Oh, no you don't. Nope. There we go. Whew, made it. Alright. Okay, that was too close for comfort. Oh, and I was 1 ring away from 200. Really? I hate when that happens. Okay, now the special stages start to get a little bit trickier. Careful. Alright, there we go. Okay, 250 rings. Shouldn't be an issue, hopefully. Oh, that didn't look good. Alright, well, we made it, we made it. $350, alright. Ah, well, shoot. Okay, yeah, see, we just barely got through there. But hey, another Chaos Emerald down, so that's a plus. That is a plus. Now for my favorite act of the whole game. Sure, there's a shitload of speed boosters, but you know what? I don't care. Just the thought of Sonic running on roller coaster rails is just straight up peak. Ooh, okay, that was close. Yeah, if you want to get to the alternate pathways, you gotta be quick before the sections of the track begin to move up. I'll take that. Thank you very much. But you also don't want to get crushed by said moving track as well. It's happened a few times, I'll admit it. Alright, good, made it. Alright, got the red star ring, so we're all good there. Alright. Well, that was certainly a brisk run, wasn't it? I mean, I think it mainly has to do with how episode 1 ended up being. But honestly, I feel that if the entire game had been done like how episode 2 was, they probably wouldn't be complaining as much. But I know, it's mainly just the idea that it was called Sonic 4 in the first place. Okay, and this is the one where it's gonna have to repeat a bit here. Okay, I have got to be careful. I forgot how many rings I even needed. Yeah, I just mainly boiled down to how the physics were in episode 1 and all that stuff. It's... I don't know. I mean, honestly, I never had any issue with it myself, so... Because, like, the hate was so vitriol for years, people always kept saying Sonic Advance was the true Sonic 4, and then they end up saying the same thing when Mania comes out, that it's the true Sonic 4, but... Ah, shoot. Oh, this isn't good. Okay, I thought I screwed myself over there for a second. I did not even see that spring on the edge. Oh, boy. Careful. Alright, good, we made it. And, okay, we somehow have 142 viewers right now? What the hell? Okay, I'm sorry, I am just dumbfounded at that, honestly. No, yeah, 142. What the... Okay, well, this is a stream first. Well, okay, for all you watching, thanks for popping in. This was unexpected. I mean, I didn't see a rate notification or anything, so I guess people just jumped on in, I suppose. I have no clue. Like, I saw that number there for a second and my damn heart jumped. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Okay, it's been a while since I played this act, so... Well, regardless, welcome on in. We're just about halfway through the game. Alright. Oh no you don't. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the Seal Lions, because when they use their ice breath, that water is gonna get frozen up, and you are not gonna get through at all. Okay, thank God I grabbed it and Tails didn't. That would have sucked. Yeah, case in point. Their cold breath starts to obstruct the pathway, and in some cases, there's going to be a section or two where, yeah, you're just not getting through at all if you screw up, so... Oh, wow, really? Stupid Chop Chop. I hated you back in Aquatic Ruin, and I hate you here now. Yep, give me the bubble. Oh, no, wait. Down, down. We don't want to get crushed. Okay, good. Made it out of there. Okay, now I'm trying to recall where the red star ring is. Shouldn't be too far from it, I hope. Okay, gotta go fast, and I mean quite literally. Careful. What? Oh, okay. Nope. That was my bad. That was my bad. That was entirely my bad. Alright, found you. No red star ring left behind, not on my watch. Hold it. Yeah, I was not gonna risk getting crushed. Okay, now I gotta be careful here. Nope, just keep going, just keep going. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright. That was the part that worried me there for a second. Alright, let's go for another Chaos Emerald. At least we're slowly getting towards the end. Oh yeah, that's right, this is the 6th, isn't it? Okay, that was my bad. I missed that. I messed that up. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that like an idiot? Okay, well, there was still enough to get through. There was still enough to get through. $300 rings, alright. Bit of a tall order, but I'll see what I can do. Oh, that's not good. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take the calculated hit. There we go. $450, alright. Oh, that sucks. I'm not too sure on this one. Ah, no, I screwed up. Okay, well, that was a failed attempt. I could have just cheesed things out and hit the restart option, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But, time for the boss. So yeah, since Little Planet is back, that means there's only one other person that could be here. Metal Sonic. Last we saw you, buddy, you ran straight into a damn wall. Though this time he works a little bit differently. He's able to charge up an aura around him and spin dash at us. And he can also create small pillars of that same aura energy, so he can be pretty tricky to deal with. But also bear in mind you're running the entire time as well, so yeah, you need to time your movements right to avoid his attacks. And he can also destroy the track as well, so there's that. Alright, what's he gonna do next? Okay, the rolling jump. Ah, and I'm on the other side of the tracks. Damn. Okay, so he went over to there. Okay, that works. That works for me. Okay, luckily... Okay, yeah, we gotta fly over this one. And once you deal enough damage, that's when he... Okay, nope, he's not gonna destroy the tracks yet. Okay. Okay, I'm surprised I even made that. And yeah, I'm not dodging that one, so gotta fly. There we go. Alright, almost. There we go. Alright, down to the last section. He's entering his desperation mode. He'll get charged up, and then he'll just bounce all over the place. Alright, down goes Metal Sonic. At least for now, anyway. And with that, another prison capsule destroyed. Alright. Alright, and now on to our next zone. Welcome to Oil Desert Zone. As for the Baddox here, we have Bubbles, Flamer, Scarabesque, and Sandworm. Okay. So I've really got to be careful near the end because it's very easy for me to not be able to get into the special stage at the end of the acts. Yeah, this will be fun. This will be fun. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I've got to be very careful. I need to grab as many rings as I can. But it's very possible for me to not even get to the special stage at all this act, and that's what worries me. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It was just a few rings, and that's all. Careful. All right, come on. Oh, am I not able to go back? There we go. Okay, yeah, this is the part that worries me here. Oh, okay, did not mean to do that. Oh, okay, good. We made it. Bottomless pit right below us, so... Okay, let's see if we can't make up for lost time. Okay, I'm gonna need to concentrate on this one. So let's see what we can do. Why did I do that? Oh no! I'm an idiot. I'm a damn idiot. Well, I at least got the red star ring. That's what matters. That's what matters. But damn it, I do not like my odds right now. Okay, gotta go back that way to get that red star ring. There we go. Careful. Okay, yes, I will gladly take that. Stupid Scarabesque. I was wanting that shield for a little while longer. Alright, now we got the combo attack. Just mash the A button. And we get a bunch of rings for the road. Alright, careful. Oh, are you... Well, that sucks. I hope I got plenty of time still. Damn it. Okay, no, you know what? I don't care. Intentional death. I do not give a damn. If there's still a way somehow. I don't know how, but... Okay, nope. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, that sucks. Ugh. I'm a bit worried now. I honestly am. I mean, yeah, sure, I've still got another full zone left, but still. Nah, there's literally almost no way to game over. You just get too many lives. Alright, so we just gotta make our way up through those little sand compactors. I'm taking this and I'm gonna try and keep it as long as I freaking can. Alright, careful. There we go. Nope, hold it. There we go. Alright, let's keep moving on up. Okay, well, this is not good. Okay, nope, just a spring. Alright. Okay, let's get out of here. Careful. Oh, made it. All right, we're almost there. Okay, now I gotta focus. I need to freaking focus. Okay, so far so good. No, that's not good. There we go. All right, that helps out a little bit. Helps out a little bit. Ah, I was one ring off. Damn. Okay, at least we made it. At least we made it. That's the good thing. That is the good thing. Takes a load off my back, at least for now. We still got one more Chaos Emerald left to get. Alright, let's get to work. Alright, pop that open. And we'll just gently fly down and grab some spare rings as we go. There we go. Alright, now to deal with Eggman. And with that giant magnet that he's rocking. Just like that, he assembles the egg scrap mech. Okay, so keep an eye out for those arrows. It's gonna be imperative you watch where they drop. Because you do not want to get hit by those crates. which means it's also entirely possible to die by falling into a bottomless pit once you get enough crates built up, so... Come on. Oh boy. There we go. But you do need to be careful because he can use the blade arm to crash into the crates. And on top of that, not only do you have crates that protrude spikes, but you also have crates that'll explode. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Careful. Alright, so far so good. Oh, that's not good. Alright, come on, Eggman. What are you going to do next? Okay, well, that hurt like hell. Okay, good. So he climbs all the way up out of the scrap shaft. Now we gotta give chase. Now it's time for his desperation mode. Just gotta watch where he jumps. Rolling spin into him. Okay, nope. Well, that sucks. Yeah, you just gotta time it really on the nose. Ah, are you serious? Come on. There we go. And down he goes. Alright, well, we sent that back to the scrap heap. Alright, and another prison capsule destroyed. Now we're entering the end game. And back onto the world map. We get access to our next zone. So off to Sky Fortress Zone we go. Alright, so yeah, for this act, we're doing this all aboard the tornado pretty much. So, pretty much a nod to Sky Chase Zone from back in Sonic 2. But anyway, as for the Badniks we have here in Sky Fortress Zone, we have Bubbles, Valkyrie, Turtlewood, Clucker, and Fullbore. So now the Tornado does have a little spin attack there, but you don't want to use it too much because it does make Tails a little bit dizzy. But you know what? Luckily, we can actually crash the Tornado on top of Badniks this time, so that's a plus. Okay. Let's see. Alright. Now we got Metal Sonic and his Metal Carrier. And here comes the Valkyries. There we go. Want to make sure you time the tornado spin just right when you're near those crates. Otherwise, that is going to count as a crushing death, so yeah, that'll suck. Alright, come on, what are you going to do next? Alright, laser projectiles. We can dodge that, no problem. Ooh, that was close. Okay, now I gotta be on the mark to get this red star ring here. There we go. Ooh, okay. Made it through that. Now to disembark for a bit. Careful. Ah, really? Well, that sucks. Okay, now we can face the metal carrier head on. He'll start shooting out cannonballs, and of course we'll have projectiles to deal with. So technically we can end the act early, but it is possible to get into the special stage from this act, so I'm going to try giving it a shot. Hopefully. Granted, I still need a good amount of rings, but it's not going to be easy. Careful. I don't know if I want to try doing this or not. I feel like it's a lost cause at this point. But I don't know. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a lost cause. I have no choice. I need to end this now. Yeah, things could have gone a little bit better. I mean, I guess I can go ahead and let the rest of the act play out, because, I mean, not many people see the actual end of the act, so... Yep, and we're pretty much right there, then. Metal wasn't watching where he was going. All right, then. It all comes down to these next two acts. So let's get to it. All right. Maybe if I'd have been able to get a... Well, if there was even a shield in Act 1, I probably could have had a chance, but... Oh well, it is what it is. I just gotta cross my fingers and hope for the best here in this zone. Alright. But granted, I've got no one's fault to blame but myself, because I did screw up in those special stages. Those were on me. I will fully admit to that. Alright. Nope, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Need to watch out for the thruster fire, because that shit hurts. Whoa, nope. There we go. Alright, that'll help. Okay, so we're at the halfway point, so we're doing pretty good so far. Alright, almost. Okay, nope, hold on. Wait for it. There we go. All right, there it is. Ooh, made it. All right. Let's try and go for this last Chaos Emerald. All right, 120 rings. Okay, you know what? It is what it is right there. It's fine. But what makes or breaks this special stage is how many rings you get here in the second lap. Okay, I want to get hit here just so I can pick those rings up. There we go. You need to try and pull that one off as perfectly as you can. Makes things so much easier for this last lap. Okay, well, not so much there. There we go. Oh yeah, we got this one. We got this one. Nothing to worry about now. That's all right, though. That's all right. Mission accomplished. Truthfully, if you time it just right, it is possible to get close to 480 on that last bit of the second lap, so it truly makes the difference. But with that, we have all 7 Chaos Emeralds. So now we can transform into Supersonic. Took us the entire damn game, but hey, you know what? We're gonna abuse it in what time we have left. Bam, 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 bam. I just love this track so much. I really do. All right. Come on over to here. Ooh. Okay, I thought that was just going to take me up further. I'll take that, though. All right, come on. There we go. Careful. All right. Well, let's go crazy. Time for supersonic. Oh, okay, my bad. There we go. All right, I'll take that. Yeah, I could have had an easy shortcut there, but nah, screw it. So luckily we can cancel out of supersonic at our whim, so that's the good thing. There we go. All right. All right, let's transform and just tear this place up now. All right, careful. Oh, no, you don't. That was close. Okay, I need to transform here. There we go. Phew. Alright, just a little bit more. We're almost done with the act. And let's blast on out of here. Alright. Almost done. Well, to a degree anyway. Grab as many rings as we can get. Now it's time to take on the metal carrier. But luckily, we do have a secret weapon at our disposal. Luckily for us in this case, supersonic is not a cosmetic thing anymore, so supersonic is actually able to deal double damage to every boss in the game, so yeah. This is going to make getting through this so much easier. Okay, well I couldn't do anything there, so that's unfortunate. Alright, careful. Watch out for the lasers. Careful. Alright, now for his desperation mode. Just gotta move forward and watch out where the missiles come out at. And just deal one last hit. Well, after all the time we spent getting supersonic, only seems right that we make quick work of the final regular boss, and okay. That was weird. You didn't see that. You didn't see that either. I'm not sure. I know that it's not close to a dead battery because it was on the charge earlier, so... But hey, you know what? It's okay, though. Now we're done with the main zones. Eggman's trying to escape, and Metal Sonic is blocking the rear. And as for where we're heading, well, that's ominous as fuck. And now we get access to the final zone. So let's get to it. So yeah, Death Egg Mark II Zone. This was Eggman's plan from the beginning of Episode 1, just to buy himself some time until Little Planet came back to Earth, and then he decides to use it as the basis for the Death Egg Mark II. So, in a sense, combining his original idea of using Little Planet as a base of operations back in Sonic CD, and having his own base of operations with the Death Egg itself. So, he's essentially taken those two ideas and capitalized on both of them. Luckily for us, there are no badniks here, so that's a plus. Alright, let's just go down this way. Alright, now we gotta deal with Metal Sonic and the Egg Deflector, so we can't damage the Egg Deflector at all. So our main target is going to be Metal Sonic himself. In which case, I'm going Super to deal with him. Oh wow, really? Okay, well fine, be that way. So yeah, he'll charge up and just blast that huge orb of electricity right at us. Oh, come on, really? Let me get in there and hit him. Careful. There we go. Alright, let's continue on. Alright, let's come on up to here. And grab the final red star ring of the game. Gotta make use of the anti-grav and the copter combo. Okay, well, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, the Death Egg Mark II is still heavily under construction. But hey, that's why we're here. We're here to put it out of commission. And Metal Sonic wants a race. So let's give it to him. Okay, we're at the halfway point, so let's go Supersonic. And we're just gonna go ahead and leave him in our dust. And just like back in Stardust Speedway Zone, right into a wall. But now that Metal Sonic's been taken care of, it's time to deal with Eggman directly. Alright, I'll take that. Let's go this way. Nope, hold it. Alright. Now that I got what I need there. It's time to deal with the Egg Heart. So the beginning of the fight starts out pretty simple. We have these 3 rings that we need to run across, jumping from one ring to the next. And of course, we're going to grab as many rings as we can get. And then with each hit we do, parts of the rings will begin to become electrified. So yeah, that's fun. Alright, careful. Oh, okay, that was close. That was close. Alright, time to go Supersonic for a bit. I'm gonna try and make quick work of the Egg Heart if we can. almost got him right down to the wire. Ah, damn, really? Well, it doesn't matter. We took out the egg heart, so that's what matters. Alright, with that, we are done with the main part of Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, but we're not entirely done just yet, though. I was wanting to deal last hit with Super Sonic, but fine. It's not like everything else went swingingly during the course of this stream, so I guess something had to give. But with that, Sonic and Tails make their escape. But again, we are not done just yet. We still got 2 small things left to take care of once we get through with the credits. But back down into Earth, well, correction, back down to Earth, Sonic and Tails go. But yeah, other than that, things went somewhat okay to a degree. I screwed up too many times on that second to last special stage, so yeah, that was not the original plan. That and I didn't expect the controller to disconnect there either, so yeah, that was fun. I mean, the good thing is, at least it happened at the end and not in the middle of the gameplay, so I'll take that. It could have easily screwed me over somehow. Because that has been known to happen once before. Your controller runs out of battery, the next thing you know, it just ends up costing you something right when you're ahead. But yeah, anyway, with all that damage we did, the Death Egg Mark II is starting to power down, but oddly though, it's not fully destroying, so... Well, not fully destroying, but not fully... Okay. It's almost 2 in the morning. I can't talk worth shit right now. But anyway, fact is, we did damage to the Death Egg Mark II, but apparently it wasn't enough. It's still intact, so... But that is what we're going to be diving into here momentarily. But for what we've done now, mission accomplished at least. But still though, it was a nice little breeze through this game once again. Just wish things had gone a little bit differently, you know, but hey, you know, we can't have everything that we want, you know? Life's gotta have screw-ups, and for streaming, that's no different. But yeah, the Death Egg Mark II is fully powered down. But it's still in one piece, and it still has Little Planet deep within its cage. So the question is, where do we go from here? Well, we'll get into that. Right now, though, we need to go back to the world map. So yeah, since we have Sonic 4 Episode 1 on our console, we get access to Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode Metal. So we're gonna see exactly how the hell Metal Sonic came back from the brink and acquired this new power. So let's go ahead and give it a go. Yep, that's where we last left him. Although considering he does pop up in Sonic Mania as well, kind of negates that Stardust Speedway Park there, graphic from CD, but regardless, he's been here for a long time. And the episode Metal Stage World Map has been unlocked. Just how did Metal Sonic make his comeback after Sonic the Hedgehog CD, and by extension Sonic Mania? Well, we get a behind the scenes look. Okay, so let's move on back over to here. Okay, so now something I need to quickly get into. So, as I said, before the official timeline came out, my original belief was that Knuckles Chaotix took place after all the events of Sonic 4 were completed due to Metal Sonic being present. However, since we now know that Sonic 4 happens after that, you need to wonder, how is it that Metal was in Knuckles Chaotix when, technically, in terms of the timeline, he's still on Little Planet until Sonic 4? Well, digging into some info, yeah, I should have done a little bit of a deeper dive because apparently it completely skipped my mind that actually the Metal Sonic we face in Knuckles Chaotix is essentially a Mark II pretty much. So after the events of Sonic CD, Eggman was able to salvage Metal's CPU and just loaded it into a new body. So hence, while we dealt with the Mark II version in Knuckles Chaotix, the original Metal Sonic was still on Little Planet. So that is how things fall in terms of the timeline now concerning where Knuckles Chaotix takes place. Even though it's not listed on the official timeline website, in a way it is still confirmed as being canon regardless. So. But anyway, let's go ahead and do episode Metal. We've got 4 acts to run through, with, of course, each act comprising of a modified act from episode 1. So yeah, the original intended purpose for why Eggman built Mad Gear Zone in the first place was all to go ahead and restore all of Metal Sonic's functions. Alright, but now I go through Act 1. So for the Bannox here, we are dealing with Bubbles, Acheron, Shellcracker, and Slicer. And so one thing to keep in mind, it's not an entirely one-to-one conversion. No, there's a good amount of different modifications here for all 4 of these acts. So we need to be careful because it's a little bit more deadlier here. Alright, careful. There we go. Oop. I'll go this way. Thank you very much. Get rid of that slicer, because we hate them. They are annoying as all hell. And yeah, I'm not going to risk it. There we go. Alright, we're almost done with the act. Just a little bit more. Ah, damn it. I wanted to take that high route. It's alright. It's alright. Careful. Okay, good. Made it. Alright, just a little bit further. Okay, that was my bad. That was my bad. Oh, okay, there we go. Bottomless pit right there. All right. And we're done with Act 1. Let's continue on. Now on to Act 2. So back in the Lost Labyrinth Zone we go. So that means we got Bubbles, Jaws, Borobot, and Orbinaut. Alright. Ah, damn it. I hate those little lances. Careful. Oh, wow, really? Fine, it is what it is. Alright, I'll go this way. Careful. Alright, come on. There we go. Wait, nope. Secret pathway. I'll take it. I will take it. Alright. Watch out for the boulder. And we're in the clear. Well, for the most part, anyway. Oh, ooh, okay. Come on. All right, good, made it. Alright, we're close to the end. Made it. Alright, we're halfway done with episode Metal. Just a little bit more to go. And now we see why Eggman was snooping around in Lost Labyrinth Zone to begin with. And now we know how Metal Sonic got that huge power buff. Alright, on Act 3, so back to Casino Street Zone. Alright, come on. Let me go down, please. Thank you. Okay, that extra life is tempting, but I'll pass. Careful. There we go. All right, let's play slots. Oh, wow, really? Nope, get back in there. Get back in there. We're going for a jackpot. I don't care how long it takes. I am in a gambling mood tonight. Come on. I'd like a jackpot, please. Okay, yeah, I figured there. Come on. Big money, big money, big money. Really, you gotta tease me like that? Screw it, we got time to kill. I'm doing this. Okay, well, never mind then. Fine. It is what it is. The man just wants to gamble and he can't even do that. You gotta love how the speed shoes monitor is actually of Metal's foot. Gotta love that attention to detail. Okay, I didn't want to go this way, but fine. Okay, well, we're at the end of the act anyway, so it doesn't matter. Does not matter. And of course, I'm an idiot. We had Bubbles, Batbot, and Crawl. I am stupid. I got so excited to gamble that I forgot to name off the badniks. But now on to Act 4. So back into Splash Hill Zone we go. So that means we got Bubbles, Buzzer, Chopper, Motobug, and Neutron. Alright, careful. Oh, no you don't. Nope, I want the top route, please. Oh, wow, really? There we go. Alright. Up to the top path. Ah, damn. Couldn't get all the way there. Okay, yes, I want that extra life just for the hell of it. Alright. And at the end of the act. Alright. So we did good there. And just like that, Metal Sonic hijacks Tails' rocket. And of course, with him riding in on it at the end of White Park Zone, it all comes together. Alright. Oh, and with that, we are done with Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, but we're not done just yet. We do have something we need to take care of. So, now it's time to do a little bit of fiddling around. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and switch things back over. And now I need to go ahead and switch HDMI cables. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back momentarily. Okay, we are back. Took a little bit of finagling to get this up and running, but hopefully it should be good now. So, anyway, now we are going to get a peek of what could have been, because unfortunately, the Sonic Force saga ends right here with Episode 2. So, there was a teaser in one of the earlier betas that we actually found out last year was removed in between other betas that would have been a small little preview to how things in episode 3 would have played out, but unfortunately they decided to can the idea. So this was basically lost to the ether for years until it finally got unearthed sometime in the middle of last year. So now we can get a look at what could have been and what we could have expected from episode 3. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look, shall we? Yep. And unfortunately, that is where things end. We saw a little preview of what was to be coming from episode 3. Knuckles would have played a huge part in it. The Master Emerald would have been back to be used as a power source alongside Little Planet to power the Death Egg Mark II. And as you saw from when we were going through the credits, all it did was power down. But right there in that teaser, it went right back up to full power and it was ready to cause more havoc. And unfortunately, that's all we got until something else happens. Otherwise, the Sonic Force saga ends right here. And like, it would be nice for them to continue it, at least in a comic sense, because you know, it would be nice to see how things fully played out, even if it isn't in a playable form. You know, I would gladly take just being able to read the outcome of what was meant to originally transpire and how things in the entire Sonic Force saga would have ended. So, who knows? Who knows? And the thing is, there was a lot of promise for episode 3 as well, because Christian Whitehead, also known as Taxman, the one behind the remasters of Sonic 1, 2, and CD, and of course, one of the main developers of Sonic Mania, was originally meant to be brought on to work on episode 3 to help the team out. So things could have been so different, but again, with the fan reception of how Sonic 4 did overall and all that stuff, it's just a really big miss. So, who knows? Maybe at some point, someday in the future, we'll finally get this conclusion to the Sonic 4 saga to see how things wrap up. But until then, it is just a pipe dream. But at least we've experienced everything that we can in the main timeline up to this point, not counting the handheld side games. You know, we'll handle those at a later point, you know, but in terms of the main stuff that actually means anything to the overall timeline, yeah, so we're going to be looking at doing Sonic Adventure next later on down the road. Although, granted, we will do a few other pit stops with a couple other smaller games to buy time to buy us some time until we get to that point. But overall, our adventure in the mainline stuff will not continue until we begin Sonic Adventure. So we actually won't be tackling that until at least June, because I do have a plan set up for how I want to do things concerning Adventure and Adventure 2. So I want to go ahead and capitalize on that. So gives me a little bit of free time to do a few other side Sonic games, you know, mainly Sonic R, because I really do want to get back to that. I love that game to hell and back. it's a little guilty pleasure of mine, so you can bet your ass we're going to be jumping into that later on down the road. And who knows, may go ahead and probably do some Sonic the Fighters. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. But I do have some other stuff that I need to take care of, so that's going to be the top priority. So, but our overall next main pit stop in the 35 years of Sonic won't be until June, so hopefully I can have you all in for when we get to that point. But hopefully I also have to have you in for the small little pit stops along the way. But we are going to go ahead and end things here for now. So for those of you lurking and watching from far, I hope you all enjoy yourselves, especially that random 140 something viewers that came out of nowhere. I'm still wondering how the hell that happened. Maybe they were just like looking around. I was like, wait a minute, why is someone streaming Sonic 4 Episode 2? Who the hell is playing that? So I don't know. Maybe my stream piqued their interest. Who the hell knows? But it is what it is. I'll admit it. It kind of caught me off guard right there. So. But regardless, I hope to have you all back again next time as we continue our streaming adventures. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have been enjoying things so far, and I will see you all again later. Take care.